Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang with 1,560 consecutive days of saying good day, good morning, how are you, what's up, and I like you fine. I am here to inspire you to have a great day. Most people go along their day needing coffee or some kind of morning routine. I like to say that we have words of wisdom from other people every day, morsels of a thought. 1,560. So I have here The Rules by Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider. I forgot what they were called. Oh, the dynamic duo who created a book that summarized how men like to pursue women and it's biology that drives them, not technology. And we have done the rules from 1995 on. I caught it in 1997. How old was I at the time? 31 or something? Then they wrote more books, including The Rules 2, More Rules to Live and Love By, The Rules, Time Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right. Time Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right. If you see the word all at the top, and it's diagonal and it says all the rules, it means that this book and that book are put together and you get lots of more rules. This one has even 20 extra hints. So they have chapter 32, 20 extra hints. I'm going to read these hints today because most of us that have been watching me for a little while have got the gist of the rules. The rules is where we say, okay, I want to have people want more of me versus less. So I will detach myself from the conversation first. It's a leadership ability, detachment, to detach. The ability to detach is a leadership skill. I learned that at the university in San Francisco State University. I did not attend San Francisco State University at the beginning. I attended UC Berkeley at the beginning. And then there was this guy with an open window, and I was able to submit a transfer through that window at 4:29 o'clock or 4:30 or 4:31 o'clock, and I managed to transfer some units to San Francisco State University. And what I saw on the wall there was the ability to detach. I learned more from that flyer on the wall than I did during that one semester. And then I transferred back to UC Berkeley. Anyway, da 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 da. Final bonus, 20 extra hints. Without more ado, you just found out about the rules, but you're already in a relationship. What can you do? Start doing the rules today. Yes, you can do the rules midstream. Starting right now, don't call him, don't beep him, and don't stay on the phone for more than 10 minutes when he calls you. If you are seeing him every night, see him only once or twice a week. If he asks why, you're busy, busy, busy. Busy! If he asks you to go away for a week, tell him you can only go away for a 3-day weekend. Your job is hectic, that kind of thing. If you're living with him but you don't have an engagement ring or a wedding date, start looking in the real estate section of the newspaper for an apartment. Get the idea? Whatever you're doing, cut back. If you're giving too much or losing yourself, pull away and see what happens. Now, this is mostly for women, but men can use the same idea because men can use the same idea on each other. Um, they can, act in a way that makes people want more of them and not less. The ability to detach. Okay, number two, 20 extra hints. On dates or in phone conversations, don't use the words nurturing, relationship, bonding, or talk about getting your needs met. You don't want to sound like a walking relationship book. In the early stages of dating, staying light is essential, like being and nothingness. In the book, they say your first three dates are like being and nothingness. I think that's a Hindu deal. Very interesting. Being and nothingness. So you're sitting there and you're just being there and letting him talk. And I recall one time I was just at a dinner with a friend, and it wasn't a date, but it just was two of us. And we ate at a vegetarian restaurant because he was vegan and I wasn't. But we ate there, and I said to myself, why don't I practice the rules? Being and nothingness. I wonder what that does. 3 years later, he told me that he was the most attracted to me that night. We didn't go out until years later, and it wasn't a very rulesy relationship. I mean, I did the rules, but it didn't start like the rules. Did it start like the, I don't recall. Anyway, and it, yeah, we were friends for many years before that. So, turning a friend into a boyfriend, we broke up because I didn't like some of the ideas he had. But being in nothingness, and oh, by the way, a plus was he was from India, so very interesting. He probably understood the concept. Number three, I mean, not that he understood that I was doing it. Number three, make sure whatever message you record on your answering machine is sensible and in good taste, not outlandish. In the course of returning hundreds of women's phone calls, we have heard pretty crazy stuff. Everything from wild cowboy music to the lyrics of very sensual songs to special holiday greetings. Outrageous messages. Outrageous messages show that you are trying too hard, and that can easily alarm or turn off some men. You don't have to express your creativity on your answering machine. Err on the conservative side. A pleasant message is usually the best. Something like, hi, you've reached Karen. I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message. So that's very simple. I just leave mine as the machine type, and I don't even bother to put in an outgoing message because I get calls that they don't care who I am. I get spam calls all the time. Don't you hate that? Anyway. Number four, don't be jealous if your boyfriend or husband's ex-girlfriend calls him or sends him letters. As long as he's not initiating the calls and letters, you have nothing to worry about. No one can take away what's yours. No one can take away what's yours. I don't know why I did that. I underlined it 3 times in the book. So, anyway. Number five, if you're on the phone and he calls on the other line, do not get off the phone every time for him. You don't want to seem too interested or the kind of woman that will cut short an important call with a friend or business associate the second a man calls. I have a friend who um we were talking and we hadn't spoken in a while, like years. We were talking and her boyfriend cut in a phone call, and she said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this call and then I'm gonna go talk to him. And it was like he almost had her on a leash. So that one for her, I am glad in particular that that one didn't work out. So for her, she married somebody else. Yeah, it was better. Way better, I say. Just tell him, okay, that now we're on the phone and he's on the other line. He calls on the other line. Don't get off the phone every time. Just tell him, oh, I'm on the other line. Can you call me back in 10 minutes? Or whatever time is convenient for you. That way, you don't have to call him and he calls you again, but make sure to be available when he calls back. So, the idea is that when he calls you, it means he's not busy doing something else and you've got his full attention. Whereas if you were to call him, he would be he could be busy paying attention to something else and you'd be sort of on the side, like you'd be on a sideline. So don't do that. Number six, so you have him call you all the time. Don't send him, and also don't call men and rarely return their calls. Return their calls rarely. Okay. Number six, Don't send a man letters, brochures, or newspaper or magazine clippings that you think they'd be interested in. Tell a friend or rules support group member that you were going to send them these items and then throw them away. Men can find this kind of attention too intense. Sometimes they don't even acknowledge it or bother to thank you. You might think they're rude or didn't receive the material. The real reason is you overwhelmed them. I know, I know. Sometimes I overwhelm people. I give people good morning, by the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Gina Putoff, John Clark, Mary Thalheimer, and Liz. How are you? And AC and John Jones. If you think a man, number seven, if you think a man is doing the rules on you because he's pulling back, ending the calls and dates first, he probably isn't. He may just not be that crazy about you. When a man loves you, he just wants to be with you. If he doesn't seem to be pursuing you, he probably isn't really interested. They have a whole movie about that, and I bet it was because of the existence of the rules, the emergence of the rules. Number 8, if you are doing the rules but aren't getting any dates, the problem may not be the rules. In other words, don't use this as an excuse to ask men out. You must either go out more often, try personal ads and dating services, or consider improving your appearance if necessary. Try wearing contact lenses instead of glasses. Try working out more often or eating less if you're not in great shape, or updating your wardrobe. Keep working on yourself. Look your best and the men will come. Yesterday there was this guy that wrote to me on Facebook and he had no good English. Oh my God. He didn't even know what he was writing. He's like, um, may I be your friend, pleasure. He meant please, but his English was that bad. That's how bad that was. There is no man that I will go out with that doesn't speak English. No man that doesn't speak English. He has to speak English and preferably speak both English and Mandarin as well as I do, because I don't want to lose that culture that I got. I got it and I'd like to pass it on somehow. Um, I'll keep the tangent. The tangent is that they say that it's a good idea for some women to adopt teenage mothers. So anyway, somebody gave me that idea. I just wanted to say that kind of anyway, on the down low. Okay, number 9 in 20 extra hints in the rules 2, time more rules to live and love by. Now that the rules is a bestseller, a man might have heard of it and think you are doing the rules on him. Not to worry, even if he does suspect you're doing the rules, it won't reverse its effectiveness. Number 10, how to compete with all the rules girls out there. You don't, except to keep doing the rules. When a man likes you, he likes you. Number 11, remember to say please and thank you on dates as well as to friends, family members, and business associates. Rules girls are a refreshing breed. They're polite. They value themselves and the people they come in contact with. Number 12, the first or second date can be a Thursday or any weeknight, but the third date should be a Saturday night. That's very important. That is very, very, very important. We had a girl that meaning I heard about a girl that had a boyfriend that met her every other Saturday and then wanted to be exclusive, but then was kind of dropping off. And we suspected that he had not been dating just her only. He probably been alternating between two women. So the third date should be a Saturday night, and you should be going on weekly dates. That's the other part of it. Remember, number 13. Remember, if he's attracted to you and you're quiet on the date, he thinks you're not a big talker. If you're not his type, he thinks you're boring. This just goes to show you don't have to try too hard. Number 14, if he's dating others, You should date others as well. We're not exclusive until he wants to be exclusive and he brings it up. That's very important. Number 15, try not to speak to him every day. If you're following the rules, you're seeing him once or twice a week for the first month or two. But what if he's calling every day or several times a day just to chat? What if he beeps you every day? Should you speak to him every time? No, you shouldn't be that accessible. Leave your answering machine on at home sometimes and say it's hard to talk at work. You don't have to return his beeps. Let him get into the habit of beeping you to let you know he's thinking about you without necessarily getting a response. You should be busy and mysterious. If you've been talking daily, talk every other day when he calls. The rest of the time, he should get your machine. Let him miss you. If he wants to talk to you several times a day, let him marry you. Mhm. Number 16. Don't tell men you're doing the rules. Do not explain or discuss the rules with men, and don't tell them how to date. We've heard stories of women who actually tell men, you have to call me by Wednesday if you want to see me Saturday. That's not the rules. That's revealing your hand. It's like wearing a slip without a dress. The rules answer is to tell a man who calls late in the week, thanks, but I have plans. He must figure out that if he wants to see you on Saturday, he'll have to call you earlier in the week. We can't make a man really interested in us by telling him when to call. He either is or isn't. You'll find out fast by doing the rules. This has a bunch of stuff in it. This particular one, number 16, has a lot in it. Don't tell men you're doing the rules. You don't, it's like wearing a slip without a dress. Don't explain or discuss the rules with men, especially don't say, you have to call me by Wednesday if you want to see me Saturday. That's not doing the rules. Doing the rules is not saying you're doing the rules. Doing the rules is doing the rules itself. The actions are speak louder than words, and your words would be not only useless but detrimental to your hand, your game. It's the authors have a different word for it because it's not really a game. It's more like the way men want you, and even with single sex relationships, there's usually one that would pursue, the other one that would receive. And so you want that to happen. You want them to want more of you. So if he wants to see you on Saturday, he'll figure it out. He has to figure it out. Give him the time to figure it out. Okay. That's hard. I know it's hard. It's excruciating not to call him in. You want to call him. You want to call him. And meantime, you don't know. He may be thinking about you too, but just happen not to be calling you. So just sit tight and wait. You'll be okay. Number 17. Don't go away for a week. Save it for your honeymoon. What if after dating Mr. Right for a month or two, he invites you on a cruise or an exotic island for a week? The rules answer, you're busy and can't get away. Cruises and week-long vacations make men go backward. Things can get hot and heavy when you see each other 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You might act too wifey, telling him to watch his fat intake or giving him advice about a family or business problem. He might be romantic on the trip, but pull back when you return, saying he needs his space. You may not hear from him for a week or two. The only big trip you should take is your honeymoon. He can take you for an overnight or weekend trip occasionally after dating you for 3 or 4 months, but that's it. Number 18. How to end a relationship or stop seeing someone who you like but aren't crazy about. As soon as you're sure he's not for you, just say, I think you're great, but I just don't feel a spark. Or, I don't think this is working out for me. It's not good for you to tie yourself up with someone you don't love, and it's not good for him either. If he really cares about you, you could end up leading him on and preventing him from meeting someone else. That's not fair. Remember, following the rules saves you both a lot of heartache. That's the truth. Following the rules saves you both a lot of heartache. Because then you're basically saying to the salesman, I'll think about it. And then you go away. You're not leading the salesman on to make it so that he's still talking to you and not talking to a customer that comes along that might have bought it, right? Similar analogy. Number 19, don't have more than one drink on dates so that you do the rules. End the dates first. And most important, remember what happened. Number 20, remember Cinderella ended the date first. Isn't that great? Cinderella ended the date first. Those were the 20 extra hints. When they were talking about these 20 extra hints, they wound up putting in the rules for marriage. And the rules for marriage, actually, let me pull something down. I'm going to read you some of the table of contents in the rules for marriage. Because rule number, okay, forward, why we wrote the rules for marriage. Okay. And then rule number 1, relax during the engagement and wedding. Rule number 2, continue to be a creature unlike any other. A CUAO, creature unlike any other. Rule number 3, keep up your looks, but don't go crazy. We read that one very recently. Rule number 4, keep up your own interests. Have a life. Rule number 5, lower your expectations in the first year. Rule number 6, be a team. Rule number 7, give him 15 minutes alone when he comes home. They say the first 4 minutes when a person comes home will tell you about the rest of the evening. That's interesting, isn't it? I have all these factoids. Rule number 8, be supportive. Rule number 9, let him win. Rule number 10, accept that some things are none of your business. Rule number 11, try not to call him that much at work, too much at work. Number 12, rarely return his gifts. Rule 13, don't expect a lot of sympathy from your husband. Rule 14, rules for fighting. Rule 15, say what you mean, but don't say it meanly. Rule number 16, you don't use the D word, divorce. Don't scream. Number 17, don't scream. Speak softly. Rule number 18, to compare is to despair. Don't compare him with other husbands. Rule number 19, don't ask your single friends for marital advice. Rule number 20, have a family dinner at least once a week. Rules 21 through 43, I shall not read you today, just the table of contents, that is. And they do have lots of they even have 15 extra hints in here at the end of that. So, the rules. Oh my gosh, this is like a set of really good reference books. I almost want to call them a Bible for a woman. I actually did the rules while I was sleeping in my cars when I was homeless. I did the rules. I really, really did the rules. I did not do anything else. And I didn't date, but I did the rules. I was rulesy with everyone. So I shall see you later. Good morning, John Clark. And good morning, Luz Roscantara. Good morning, AC Rosita. Why am I repeating this? So I talk about that Kinderhook. Old Kinderhook. Okay. The congressman, old Kinderhook. Bye bye.